Cranford is going to join us now with the latest on the forecast of Nate now that it has come ashore there along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Alexandra, what are we expecting in the next couple of hours?
Really, for Mississippi, things are getting a little bit windy, of course, and so really for the next maybe hour to 2 hours for Mississippi, it will be bad. For us, it's going to continue sort of like what we're seeing right now. Notice our wind gusts over at Gulfport have really jumped to 52 miles per hour. So certainly tropical storm force winds gusting over in Gulfport and being picked up by recording sites over there. Slidell 24 and Kenner also 24 mile per hour gusts. Boothville now back to about 25 after we saw gusts near 40 miles per hour at this very site an hour or so ago. And then the Lakefront Airport reporting 33 mile per hour wind gusts. When we look at our sustained winds, notice they're coming in from the north and now on the southern edge of our locations from the west. So you can see that the wind direction is moving, as well as some of these locations getting higher wind speeds. For example, Gulfport seeing northeast winds right now at 26 miles per hour, and that is sustained. And again, the gusting there is above 50 miles per hour. When we look at our radar scene, again, of course, very easy to spot where the heaviest pocket is. It's actually right south of Biloxi. So I think we were seeing that camera from that area earlier, and it looked rather intense. That's what we're seeing now for sure. Moving over to Louisiana, though, everything's a lot quieter. Look at Lake Borgne and even some of these areas around Lake Catherine and the Wrigley's. Just a couple of little areas of light rain. Same story at Slidell. You might have some downpours kind of on the lighter side. And then around Picayune to Pearl River, you're kind of on the fringes of another area of some rain. Bay St. Louis to Gulfport and Biloxi, you guys are seeing, again, some of the heavier rain, especially farther to the east. The farther you go, it looks like across some of our Mississippi areas over toward Biloxi, and really between Biloxi and Pascagoula, that's where a very heavy little pocket is working on shore as we speak to the north, and we'll pick up there in the next few minutes. And again, here we are. This is kind of this is the northern edge of the eye wall, and then south of here, that's the very center of the storm. That's the center of Nate. So this is going to be moving off to the north, still moving at 20 miles per hour or so. So notice that the conditions are kind of bad right now for the Biloxi area, for Gulfport and Goshen and so forth. But as you look south, notice that the rain will be letting up, but probably the wind staying quite high, at least for the next several minutes to maybe a half hour or so. The thing that we've been talking about is kind of we've been mentioning the back edge of the center of the storm. Still some high wind gusts possible there, but very little rain on the back edge and over to the west. So again, as we were talking about even days ago, if the center comes just to the east of us, even if it's pretty close to us, we may not see all that much really severe action. And that's exactly what we've seen for New Orleans and for much of the North Shore and other spots to the west of the center of the system. So again, this is the center of Nate here. This will be working to the north. This will be completely inland within a couple of hours, but actually the eye wall is moving through right now, even just to the north of some of these coastal Mississippi areas. And again, notice not much rain at all over to the west or over to the south. And you saw some of those heavier rain bands. If I go back, especially around Alabama, there have been some tornado warnings out in this part of the area over near Mobile. I saw some tweets recently, and we saw actually some social media posts from Kristen Pierce showing Orange Beach over in Alabama. And actually, I just saw a report that power is completely out for the city of Orange Beach. That's thousands of people without power over here in Alabama, whereas we're closer to the center, but on the good side, as we kind of could say right now. So again, heavy rain extends from Mississippi over into Alabama, but for us, the rain has not been too bad at all, up to about 1.5 inches of rain. New Orleans just above 1 inch, and Slidell close to 1 inch. Metairie about 1.3 inches. Same story for Chalmette, and Houma about 1.5 inches from earlier heavier rain bands today. 85 miles per hour for the current wind speeds for Hurricane Nate. It is still a hurricane, Category 1, again moving north at 20 miles per hour. Still a good speed, but not quite as fast as earlier. The pressure at 984 millibars, and pretty much right now making landfall on coastal Mississippi, and then should continue with that northeasterly component as we head into the next several hours. So by Sunday morning, again, the center, probably a tropical storm well removed from us, and really for many of our areas we're not seeing all that much in the way of rain and wind speeds right now that are really impactful for much of the area. For tomorrow it will be even less so about a 30% chance for rain through most of the day. Some clouds, but peaks of sunshine too for sure, especially by afternoon, and just a little bit breezy with highs tomorrow getting warm near 86.
All right, thank you, Alexandra.